How was your rest? If you're still not feeling great, let me know. Overloading a cybernetic link is no joke.
I'm good, no worries. Let's just focus on what matters.
What would you like to know? The Kylo. Why are you suddenly interested in them?
I can't really get into that right now, but it goes back to my time in the network.
We don't know much about the Kylo yet, but here's a quick rundown. I'll fill you in on the details later. Long before you helped Domain 9 build the reactor, Hycro's headquarters had already made contact with the Kylo.
Oh, so you're pretty familiar with them now, huh?
Not at all. The Kylo despise Omnium and the Tower of Fantasy. Before the Cataclysm, they'd already begun their space migration plan. The ones who boarded the space station witnessed the disaster firsthand.
Space migrants? So they're living on another planet now?
Unfortunately, their migration plan was only half complete. When the Cataclysm struck, they still hoped to return to Ida and remained in satellite orbit. So, they were seriously impacted by the Cataclysm. Their ship, Kylonix, got caught in space-time turbulence and was displaced to another sector, making their original route completely invalid. They've been forced to search for a new home in the vast universe. The Cataclysm happened in 2664, and it's now 2714. So they've been wandering out there for 50 years.
Wait, 2714? Has it really been that long already?
Well, time flows differently in the network compared to the outside. You just missed the new year.
Got it. So can you tell me more about the Kylo?
In short, the Kylo believe the Cataclysm is the root cause of their displacement, trapping them in the depths of the cosmos. That's why they fear anything even remotely connected to Omnium and the Tower of Fantasy. When I first contacted them, I thought they'd be eager to leave space and return to Ida.
So they want to continue exploring space instead of coming back here?
Not exactly. They want us to stop all Tower of Fantasy operations and give them new land to rebuild their homes. At that time, Gestos was attacked by a virus, which gave them the perfect excuse to blame Hycros.
Thanks for the intel. Let me know when you have more info on the Kylo. So, what was it you wanted to tell me earlier?
No problem. What would you like to know?
So, why all the mystery? Do we really need to do this face-to-face?
It's about the T5 suppressor blueprints you brought back from the network. The most commonly used model in Asperia is the T3, the same one Shirley uses. I had Brevi compare and test the current T3 and T5 suppressors, and it's pretty clear. The T5 suppressor blueprint from 2663 is way more advanced than the T3. The T3 design sketches and concepts are just modified versions of the T5, using lower-tier components. That's why the T3 has those power limitations.
The T5's more advanced than the T3? But the T5 was made in 2663, and the T3... Wait, if the T3 is based on the T5, does that mean the designers back then could have created a better suppressor, but chose to deliberately include flaws in the T3? Oh no, if Shirley had been using a T5 suppressor in the shelter back then...
Yeah, maybe that tragedy never would have happened.
Hycros invented the suppressors, and after the Cataclysm, they took control over the Federation because of their development of the suppressors, right?
I see where you're going with this. Give me some time to look into it, and I'll get back to you. Before that, please don't tell anyone about this.
Who exactly are you referring to with anyone? Shirley and Zeke? Or everyone in Asperia who turned into aberrants because of the T3's flaws, along with their families?
Not just them, but all the people from Hycros, including Archon Elric and Yanuo. I've said the same to Brevi.
What exactly are you after?
Well, the source of Hykros, and how it manages to oversee both Asperia and Vera despite the sector rift.
Stay safe. I hope you uncover the truth.
Thanks. I'll do my best. What would you like to know?
Shirley's test came back fine. Looks like we'll be heading back to Astra soon.
Before you head back, could you do me a favor?
What is it?
After Shirley woke up, I tried to access virtual Ida within the network 3 times. But each time, Gesthos blocked me. Any idea why that might be?
I mentioned this before. Nem is a core backup of Gesthos' code. She's basically replaced Gesthos as the new AI.
You did mention that, and I reported it to Hykros. Since Void Piercer and Gesthos share the same core code, my access shouldn't have been denied.
Seems like this might be Grey Fox's doing. How do I explain this to Plotti? I think Nem's probably protecting the data in virtual Ida. There are lots of secrets buried there. She's still learning from Gesthos' code, so just give her some time.
Understood. I want to enter that world to uncover those secrets. How much longer will it take before Void Piercer learns?
Just as Grey Fox predicted, the network's world is seen as nothing more than a graveyard of secrets. This isn't the right time to explain. Hard to say. You know how unpredictable her temper can be. Maybe we should talk to her and build some trust first?
From what you've said, she's clearly been influenced by both you and Shirley. Yet she's nothing like either of you. I've tried reaching out to her before, but she just completely ignores me.
Everyone's different. The data isn't going anywhere. And after fighting off the virus, she's definitely become more capable of protecting it.
All right, I'll spend some more time on this. By the way, what's your plan once you get back to Astra?
Not sure yet. Might talk to the Sage.
Do you want vengeance for Shirley? The Angels of Clemency aren't to be trifled with.
Actually, I'm more interested in learning about Nem's origins. My time in the network raised a lot of questions. Maybe only the Sage has the answers.
Good luck. By the way, since you're heading back, there are 2 things I need your help with. The T5 suppressor blueprints have been verified. Could you take them to Banges Industries? They handle all the production in Asperia. Also, here's a photo of a girl named Carrot. She's a Kylo. Please pass it on to your contacts in Asperia and ask them to help find her.
Sure, but what's in it for me with all this running around?
What? What kind of habits did you pick up from the network? What would you like to know?
Free of charge? Fine, I'll do it. I've got to meet up with Shirley and Zeke now. I'll reach out to you if I find any more info.